Good morning, and welcome to episode 60 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, January 19th, 2022. Over the past week, you could not turn around without bumping into the word inflation, and rightly so. If you look back year on year, consumer prices are up 7%. Producer prices are up over 9%. And make no mistake, those producer prices will be passed on to consumers. Expect to see further inflation at the consumer level. Those levels were the highest levels we've seen in 40 years, and as a result, it was on front page of the Wall Street Journal, Financial Times. It was on every talking head show you can think of. And we've been talking about this for a year. We could see that coming through the commodities prices. We could see it coming through the producer prices. We knew what the government was doing in terms of massive money printing, and all that leads to inflation. And even though they said it was transitory and temporary and it was never going to amount to much, we knew otherwise, and that's what's happening. There is a growing fear right now that the Fed will always be behind this, and I absolutely believe that's the truth. They've created a couple-headed monster here. You've got the damage the government has done by shutting down economies to the supply chain. That's affecting the availability of products and services, and then on top of that, you have all that money that was dumped in the laps of consumers. There's no way around this, and you're not going to get out of it with 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter point increases in interest rates. That has zero impact on the level of inflation we're looking at and will look at in the future. You're not going to get there by just stopping your asset purchases by March. You need to start reducing the balance sheet, and that will trigger, many think, a recession in equities markets. So the Fed is reticent to go there. Make no mistake, this will be the number one issue affecting all markets in 2022. Let's take a look and see how the prices, the metals are holding up well in this environment. This week, gold is at $18,1940. It's basically flat, up a little from $18,1870 last week. Silver is up over 4.5% to $23.87 an ounce versus $22.82 an ounce last week. Platinum is up 2.3% to $1,003 an ounce versus $980 last week, and palladium is up 0.5% at $2,008 an ounce versus $1,997 per ounce last week. With silver surging and gold basically standing pat, you can imagine the gold-silver ratio came down from that magic number of 80 last week to 76.50 this week, and the dollar's under a slight bit of pressure, came down to 95.55 from 95.66. It wasn't too long ago it was pushing for 97, and it has since retreated. Again, this will be the issue for this year. We're going to look tonight at our first quarter On the Move webinar with myself and co-host Chris Blasi, welcoming a longtime friend and someone you definitely need to hear, Andy Snyder from Manward Digest. We've known Andy for many years, his work with the Oxford Club, and he broke out with his own franchise. His keen insights and his unique way of looking at the issues of the day are something you don't want to miss. That's tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. There is a link below to register, below this video. Go ahead and follow it and see us there tonight. We'll look at what happened last year. We'll look at what we expect to happen this year, and we'll wrap it all in the context of that big I word that we've been talking about, inflation. You don't want to miss it. 7 o'clock Eastern Time tonight, On the Move with Rich Checkan, Chris Blasi, and Andy Snyder. As always, go ahead and subscribe and like us on YouTube. Send us any comments or questions you have. Feel free to subscribe to all of our social media via Asset Strategies International. Sign up for our newsletter and our email alerts. And please, don't ever forget, now more than ever, with inflation rearing its ugly head, the first step in getting rich is keeping what's yours.